God says, "Listen, my child. This is not a coincidence. You are hearing this because heaven itself has aligned the moment for you." Archangel Michael is standing beside you, his presence wrapping around your energy like a shield of light. He says, "You have been wondering why the air feels heavier lately, why your heart keeps racing even when nothing seems wrong. It's because the spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting. Something unseen has noticed your light, and that light has started to disturb the shadows. You may not understand it fully, but every strange feeling, every restless dream, every unexpected delay has been a signal from heaven. You have been marked as one chosen to stand in this generation as a light bearer." Michael says, "You are not just surviving the battles you've faced, you are being refined through them. You thought the pain meant punishment, but it was preparation. You thought the silence meant abandonment, but it was strategy. Heaven was positioning you while hell was underestimating you." Right now, Archangel Michael whispers, "You cannot afford to doubt yourself anymore. Every ounce of hesitation has been used against you, every moment of confusion has been manipulated to make you forget who you are. But heaven remembers your name. Heaven remembers your promise. The angels have not stopped speaking your name in the divine council. Even as you sit here, Michael's wings are spread over your timeline, cutting through obstacles you haven't even seen yet. You are being guarded, not because you are weak, but because your assignment is explosive. The destiny written over your life carries frequencies that shake darkness out of alignment. That is why you've been misunderstood, why relationships suddenly broke, why people walked away when you needed them most. They were not all meant to stay. Some were never strong enough to stand beside the fire that burns within you. Michael says, "You have cried over doors that heaven had to close because what was behind them could not handle your elevation. Heaven is moving resources right now. Angels are repositioning people, events, even time itself to bring you into alignment with what is written." Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid of what is leaving, for it is clearing the space for what must enter. You have not lost control, you have been moved into divine synchronization. Every delay is a hidden protection. Every disappointment is a redirection toward something your spirit already knows but your mind has not yet seen. The trembling you've been feeling is not fear. It is recognition. Your spirit knows heaven is speaking. The vibration in your heart is heaven saying, 'It's time.' The energy rising in your hands, that warmth that comes when you pray or even when you think of light, that is confirmation. You are being activated. The divine current is flowing through your veins stronger than ever before." Archangel Michael says, "You are not ordinary, you are a weapon of light forged through adversity. Every scar on your soul has become a seal of power. Every tear you shed has been turned into spiritual authority. You are not fragile, you are a vessel carrying sacred fire. The enemy has tried to convince you that you are tired, that you are finished, that it's too late, but heaven is laughing at that lie. Because you have only just begun. The armies of heaven have been commanded to encircle you. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Jagutiel, Barachiel, and Selaphiel, all stand in formation around your destiny. Their wings form a fortress that darkness cannot penetrate. You are being surrounded with light so radiant that even the shadows will flee before you speak. You do not need to fear what's ahead. You only need to remember who stands behind you. Michael says, when you walk into that situation, know that you are not walking alone. When you speak, heaven speaks through you. When you move, angels move with you. The atmosphere responds to your faith now. Your words are becoming keys. Your prayers are becoming weapons. The things that once intimidated you will begin to bow in your presence, because heaven's authority has been transferred to your voice. This is why you were chosen. Not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Not because you never fell, but because you refused to stay down. Heaven saw you stand when no one else believed in you. Heaven saw you forgive when you had every reason to hate. Heaven saw you love when your heart was breaking. That kind of spirit cannot be defeated. That is the spirit of one chosen for divine warfare and eternal victory. Right now, Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate yourself anymore. The same fire that fuels the stars burns in you. The same voice that calms the storms whispers through your prayers. You are heaven's instrument on earth, and your season of rising has begun. The winds around you may shake, but they are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to lift you. Even now, angels are recording your name in a new scroll, a new chapter written in divine ink. Heaven's sound is echoing your awakening. You will feel it in your chest, like a thunder wrapped in peace, a storm made of light. That is Michael's presence, fierce, protective, unyielding, calling your spirit to stand up, to remember, to awaken to who you truly are. You were never forgotten. You were never unworthy. Every second of your life has been seen, every pain has been counted, every cry has reached the throne. And now, heaven is responding louder than ever before. The message is clear. The command is urgent. The time is now. Archangel Michael stands before you, his sword ignited, his voice like lightning through the clouds, saying, you have been chosen for a purpose that heaven cannot postpone any longer. The air around you begins to shift as he speaks. You may not see it, but your soul feels it. That sacred weight, that trembling energy flowing through the room. It is the frequency of divine command. Michael says, every delay that once stood against you is now being dismantled. Every unseen resistance is losing power. Every voice that spoke against your calling is being silenced by the decree of heaven. The spiritual atmosphere is breaking open, and heaven's light is beginning to pour through cracks that once felt like your breaking points. What was meant to crush you is now being used as the foundation for your elevation. Heaven has not forgotten the nights you cried quietly, asking for a sign, asking if your prayers were even heard. Archangel Michael says, those tears were never wasted. Every single drop became a seed in the soil of heaven. And now, the season of harvest has begun. You are about to see what those hidden prayers have built in the unseen. The angels are whispering your name in unison, surrounding your path with divine orchestration. Doors that were sealed shut are trembling now, unlocking at the sound of your obedience. Even time itself is bending to make space for what heaven has declared over your life. Michael steps closer in spirit, his presence powerful yet tender, his voice filled with both thunder and comfort. You are stepping into divine timing, he says. Do not be afraid of what is unfamiliar. The unknown is not your enemy, it is the passage to destiny. You were born for this threshold moment. The pressure you've been feeling is not punishment, it's the weight of the anointing you carry. The world has tried to measure you by human standards, but heaven measures you by endurance, by light, by purpose. You have passed tests no one knew you were taking. You have survived storms that were meant to erase your name from destiny, and now heaven is rewriting your story in golden letters. All of heaven is watching, waiting for your next move. The earth responds when a chosen one stands in full awareness of their calling. The atmosphere itself starts to align. The same way lightning listens to the storm, creation listens to the voice of the awakened soul. And Archangel Michael says, "You are awakening now. Your dreams will start carrying messages again. You will feel divine impulses guiding your choices. You will find strength in moments that used to drain you. This is not imagination, it's the manifestation of what heaven has always known about you. You were not meant to blend in. You were meant to disturb darkness simply by existing. Your presence itself carries frequency, one that commands attention in both realms. The enemy has tried to confuse you with chaos, to make you think you are lost, but Michael says, you were hidden, not lost. Heaven hides its greatest warriors in seasons of silence until the appointed time. And beloved, this is your appointed time. The stillness has broken, the silence has ended, and the command has gone forth, rise. Feel the truth of that word as it settles into your spirit. Rise. Rise from the confusion that tried to bind you. Rise from the weight of rejection that made you doubt your worth. Rise from the illusion that you were forgotten. You are not forgotten, you are fortified. Heaven has built endurance into your very soul. Archangel Michael's wings spread wider, wrapping you in divine courage, and he says, even now, angels are standing guard over what belongs to you. What was delayed is about to return multiplied. What was stolen is about to be restored. There are ancient promises awakening within your bloodline. You carry generational authority, power that did not begin with you and will not end with you. The struggles you faced were never just about you, they were about the legacy your spirit is meant to release. Every time you stood your ground, even in silence, the vibrations of that choice rippled through your lineage, healing wounds you never caused, closing doors that once gave darkness permission to stay. Heaven has seen it all, and heaven calls it victory. Michael says, do not fear the days ahead, for even the storms now carry divine purpose. The energy that once opposed you is shifting in your favor. You are about to witness divine reversals, people, circumstances, and opportunities returning to you transformed. The same places where you were once rejected will soon echo with the sound of your divine recognition. You will walk into rooms where your spirit has already been introduced by heaven. The favor of God will go before you, clearing paths where there seemed to be no way. Right now, Michael's sword burns brighter, and his voice deepens with authority. You have been anointed for divine confrontation, he says. Do not run from what stands before you. You are not fighting for victory, you are enforcing it. The light within you is already greater than the shadow outside of you. The heavens begin to hum with energy as his words settle over you. There's a warmth that fills the air, peace, but also fire, calm yet commanding. You are standing in the center of a divine transaction, where fear is being traded for faith, and weakness is being replaced by power. Michael leans close, speaking into your spirit, you are not what happened to you. You are what heaven declared about you before the world began. You were seen before you were born. You were chosen before you were wounded. You were loved before you could ever earn it. Nothing you have faced has changed your identity, it has only revealed it. And suddenly, Everything that once felt broken within you begins to glow with divine meaning. Every scar becomes a mark of survival, every tear a reflection of light. You are no longer a victim of what went wrong, you are a vessel of what heaven is making right. Heaven is not distant. It is near. The veil between you and the divine is thinner than it has ever been. If you close your eyes now, you will feel the pulse of heaven synchronizing with your heartbeat. You will sense the wind shifting, the spiritual climate responding to your awakening. You will feel the angels moving, not around you, but with you. And Michael says, keep listening. Keep standing. Heaven is not finished speaking, Archangel Michael says again, his voice now softer but more intense, echoing through every layer of your being. The messages are coming in waves. Each one carries a piece of the truth that you were born to remember. You may feel chills as his words flow through you, because they are not meant to simply be heard, they are meant to be felt. Heaven does not communicate through logic, it speaks through vibration, through the quiet knowing that settles into your spirit before your mind can even understand it. Michael says, there are things your soul already knows, but your mind is only now awakening to them. That is why everything around you is shifting. That is why what used to feel familiar now feels too small. Heaven is expanding your space. The places where you once fit no longer have room for the light you carry. You have outgrown versions of yourself that were necessary for survival but cannot sustain your destiny. Michael says, you are being stretched, not because you are breaking, but because your wings are growing. Every time you feel discomfort, heaven is pushing you to remember your true dimension. The pain you felt recently is not punishment, it's the stretching of spiritual capacity. You are being prepared to hold more wisdom, more power, more influence, more divine authority. And as your energy rises, darkness trembles. The forces that once manipulated your emotions are losing control. Archangel Michael says, they are afraid of what you are becoming. The shadows that used to whisper fear into your heart can no longer approach you directly, they now send distraction instead. Be watchful. The noise in your mind is not your own voice, it's interference trying to stop you from hearing heaven's clarity. But even that interference is collapsing, because heaven has placed a seal of light upon your consciousness. You are being tuned into a higher frequency, one that cannot be distorted. Michael's presence grows stronger, his light cutting through the unseen dimensions around you. There are angels standing behind you, he says, holding back storms you didn't even know were forming. You are surrounded by divine protection so powerful that even the plans made in darkness are being exposed before they can manifest. You will begin to notice strange patterns, people revealing their true intentions, secrets coming into light, sudden endings that lead to unexpected beginnings. Do not fear these revelations. Every truth that surfaces is heaven's mercy clearing your path. You asked for clarity, and heaven is answering that prayer now. You have entered a sacred transition. It may not look like a blessing yet, but it is. The confusion is temporary. The uncertainty is part of the awakening process. Michael says, you are crossing from reaction to revelation. You no longer need to fight everything you don't understand. You are being invited to trust the unseen movements of God's hand in your life. The same hand that closed the doors you cried over is the hand opening the ones that lead directly to purpose. And soon, you will look back and realize that what felt like loss was simply direction disguised as disappointment. The heavens are alive with motion. There is a gathering in the higher realms, an assembly of angels preparing for what is to unfold through you. Your life has become a divine meeting point between heaven and earth. That's why you feel the tension so deeply. You are carrying energy from both realms. Michael says, you are the bridge. You are the point of contact. Through you, heaven will manifest what the world has forgotten to believe in. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust that every step you take in obedience sets new light into motion. Even the elements are aware of your presence now. The wind carries messages when you pray. The rain seems to fall differently when your spirit is open. The air thickens around you in moments of deep silence. That is the tangible presence of heaven responding to your awareness. Archangel Michael says, creation recognizes its own light. And you, child of God, are light incarnate. The divine energy within you is not separate from the source, it is the source expressing through you. When you love, heaven expands. When you forgive, hell loses ground. When you speak truth, reality itself shifts to match your vibration. The war that once surrounded you is turning into worship. What used to drain you will begin to feed you. What once frightened you will start bowing before your peace. The energy of the old season cannot survive in the frequency you are moving into. Michael says, let it fall away. Let the old identities die. Let the past dissolve like smoke in light. You do not need to chase anything that is fading. If it cannot remain in this new vibration, it was never meant to go with you. Heaven is restoring what truly belongs to your destiny, relationships, resources, power, and purpose aligned perfectly with your divine assignment. There is an anointing unfolding over your life that carries the sound of awakening for others too. Michael says, your breakthrough will not be private. It will send ripples into the lives of those connected to you. Every act of obedience you take releases light into networks of souls who are watching without even knowing why. You are becoming a signal, a living frequency that calls the lost back to remembrance. Heaven uses your life as a message written in human form, and even when you are silent, your energy speaks louder than words. And still, Archangel Michael leans in, closer, his presence filling the space between your breaths. There is more, he whispers. The next instruction will come soon. Stay alert in spirit. When you feel that sudden warmth in your chest, that gentle pulse of light in your hands, know that it is heaven speaking again. Do not rush this process. The fire within you is still expanding. The divine voice has not yet finished its message. Keep listening.